Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. This is going to be Genesis 2021, and I may end up keeping going, but right now my plan is Genesis 20 and 21. Okay, so God keeps his promises, whether we keep ours or not. God is not a wavering God. He's not confused or anything like that. He has a plan and a purpose for your life. Listen to this. So I don't know if you remember or if you're just tuning in for the first time, but Abraham took things into his own hands because his wife told him to, and ended up having a baby outside of their marriage with a woman named Hagar. And God had already promised them a son, and Sarah, Abraham's wife, didn't believe. She didn't trust in God. And so she told Abraham, well, go be with this lady outside of our marriage. Her name's Hagar. And that way we could have a kid. Well, Hagar didn't give up the baby. So it wasn't Sarah's kid. So, but anyways, so let's get started. Abraham and Abimelech. And Abraham journeyed from there to the south and dwelt between Kadesh and Shur, and stayed in Gerar. Now, Abraham said of Sarah his wife, she is my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night and said to him, indeed, you are a dead man because of the woman whom you've taken, for she is a man's wife. But Abimelech had not come near her. And he said, Lord, will you slay a righteous nation also? Did he not say to me, she is my sister? And she herself, said, he is my brother? In the integrity of my heart and innocence of my hands, I have done this. And God said to him in a dream, sorry. Yes. Okay. And God said to him in a dream, yes, I know that you did this in the integrity of your heart. For I also withheld you from sinning against me. Therefore, I did not let you touch her. Now, therefore, restore the man's wife, for he is a prophet, and he will pray for you, and you shall live. But if you do not restore her, know that you shall surely die, you and all who are yours. So God defends us, definitely. So Abimelech rose early in the morning, called all of his servants, and told all these things in their hearing. And the men were very much afraid. And Abimelech called Abraham and said to him, what have you done to us? How have I offended you, that you brought on me and on my kingdom a great sin? You have done deeds to me that ought to not be done. Then Abimelech said to Abraham, What did you have in view that you would do such a thing? And Abraham said, because I thought surely the fear of God is not in this place, and they will kill me on account of my wife. But indeed, she truly is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother, and she became my wife. And it came to pass, when God caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said this to her, this is your kindness that you should do for me. In every place wherever we go, say of me, he is my brother. Then Abimelech took sheep, oxen, and male and female servants, and gave them to Abraham. And he restored Sarah his wife with him. And Abimelech said, see, my land is before you. Dwell where it pleases you. Then to Sarah he said, Behold, I have given your brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Indeed, this vindicates you before all who are with you and before everybody. Thus she was rebuked. So Abraham prayed to God, and God healed Abimelech, his wife, and his female servants. Then they bore children. For the Lord had closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. Genesis 21. Isaac is born. And the Lord visited Sarah, as he had said. And the Lord did for Sarah as he had spoken. For Sarah conceived and bore Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which God had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son who was born to him, who Sarah bore to him, Isaac. Then Abraham circumcised his son Isaac when he was 8 days old, as God had commanded him. Now Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him, and Sarah said, God has made me laugh, and all who hear will laugh with me. She also said, Who would have said that to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children, for I have borne him in this old age. Hagar and Ishmael depart. So the child grew, and he was weaned, and Abraham made a great feast on the same day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, whom she had borne to Abraham, scoffing. Therefore she said to Abraham, Cast out this bondwoman and her son. For the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, namely with Isaac. And the matter was very displeasing in Abraham's sight because of his son. But God said to Abraham, Do not let it be displeasing in your sight because of the lad, or because of your bondwoman. Whatever Sarah has said to you, listen to her voice. For in Isaac your seed shall be called. Yet I will also make a nation of the son of the bondwoman, because he is your seed. So Abraham rose early in the morning and took bread and skin of water, and putting it on her shoulder, he gave it to the boy and Hagar, and sent her away. Then she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. And the water in her skin was used up, and she placed the boy under one of the shrubs. Then she went and sat down across from him at a distance of about a bow shot. For she said to herself, Let me not see the death of the boy. So she sat opposite him and lifted her voice and wept. And God heard the voice of the lad. Then the angel of God called out to Hagar out of heaven and said to her, What ails you, Hagar? Fear not, for God has heard the voice of the lad where he is. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him with your hand, for I will make him a great nation. Then God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. And she went and filled the skin with water, and gave the lad a drink. So God was with the lad, and he grew and dwelt in the wilderness, and became an archer. He dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took a wife for him from the land of Egypt, a covenant with Abimelech. And it came to pass at that time Abimelech and Phicol the commander of his army spoke to Abraham, saying, God is with you in all that you do. Oh. Now therefore swear to me by God that you will not deal falsely with me, with my offspring, or with my posterity, but that according to the kindness that I have done to you, you will do to me, and to the land in which you have dwelt. And Abraham said, I will swear. Then Abraham rebuked Abimelech because of the well of the water, which Abimelech's servants had seized. And Abimelech said, I do not know who has done this thing. You did not tell me, nor had I heard of it until today. So Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them to Abimelech, and the two of them made a covenant. And Abraham set 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves. Then Abimelech asked Abraham, What is the meaning of these 7 ewe lambs, which you have set by themselves? And he said, You will take these 7 ewe lambs from my hand, that they may be my witness that I have dug this well. Therefore he called that place Beersheba, because the two of them swore an oath there. Thus they made a covenant at Beersheba. So Abimelech rose with Phicol, the commander of his army, and they returned to the land of the Philistines. Then Abraham planted a tamarisk tree in Beersheba, and there they called on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God. And Abraham stayed in the land of the Philistines many days. So this was 20 and 21 of Genesis. And this just proves that God will do what he says he will, even when we are shaken and we feel like he's not coming in for us. But it also shows that he has his own timing, and sometimes our time, we don't see ahead. And so we may make choices that change our lives forever. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless you and stay blessed.